Today's topic is decoding the omnipotence paradox. Can God create a stone he cannot lift? A common question skeptics ask to challenge the existence of God is, can God create a stone so heavy that he cannot lift it? At first glance, it sounds like a clever trap. If he cannot create it, they claim he is not all-powerful. If he creates it but cannot lift it, they say he lacks strength. But here is the reality. The question itself is a logical fallacy and based on a fundamental misunderstanding. Defining omnipotence. To understand why the question is flawed, we must look at the definition of God. By definition, God is all-powerful. This means his power applies to all possibilities, not logical impossibilities. The question tries to force a concept of weakness into a definition of power. Asking God to be unable to do something is like asking for a square circle. If it has corners, it is not a circle. If God has a weakness, he is not God. The concept of logical impossibilities. Power relates to what is logically possible. It does not apply to what is logically absurd. Think about these examples. Can there be a number that is both even and odd at the same time? Can a person be dead and alive at the exact same moment? Can an object exist and not exist simultaneously? These are not limitations of logic. They are simply nonsense statements. Just as these contradictions cannot exist, a stone that an infinite power cannot move is a linguistic contradiction. It is a nothingness disguised as a question. The sun and the mirror. Think of the sun. It has the power to reflect off a mirror or shine through glass. Now, imagine something that does not exist at all. If that non-existent object doesn't reflect light, does it mean the sun has lost its power? Of course not. The lack of effect is because the object itself is non-existent, not because the sun is weak. Similarly, an unliftable stone is a non-existent concept. Its failure to exist doesn't diminish the power of the Creator. It proves that logical absurdities have no reality. Perfection versus imperfection. Many things are impossible for God because they contradict his perfection. If an honest man tells a lie, he is no longer honest. If an apple becomes an orange, it is no longer an apple. If God were to become weak, limited, or prone to failure, he would cease to be God. To be limited is a defect. Since the Creator is free from all defects and imperfections, asking him to perform a defective act, like being unable to lift something, is a misunderstanding of the divine nature. Conclusion. The question, can God create a stone he cannot lift, is not a challenge to divine power. It is a demonstration of a human logical error. It is a word game that tries to use the concept of power to prove a weakness. God is capable of all things, but a logical contradiction is not a thing. It is simply nonsense.